Let me begin with Joyita. Joyita, there's a question that the Congress party has been asking now since morning, ever since the numbers have come out, that listen, BJP is at 92 as we're looking at the numbers, and the JDU is not far behind. They're at 83 seats. But their big question today is, will Nitish Kumar be chief minister? Most of the people that I've spoken to since morning who belong to the BJP, be it spokespersons or leaders, have said that as per them, yes, Nitish Kumar will be the chief minister, but ultimately the decision lies with the high command and with the winning MLAs, which is what the BJP had said in the beginning as well. But in your perspective, how critical is Nitish Kumar today for the BJP to secure Bihar?
Nitish Kumar and BJP, I mean, it's if you look at it, this is the double engine that has worked for Bihar. It is not just what Bihar government and the central government, it is BJP and JDU together. And this is not just a vote for Nitish Kumar, this is also a vote for BJP. Let's not forget that, because you see Bihar also has been trying for some time to ensure that BJP numbers keep increasing, more than JDU numbers. Even in the last elections it happened, this time also it has happened that the BJP is getting more numbers because Bihar wants to be mainstream. The very fact that the BJP is, vote share is rising shows that Bihar wants to be part of the mainstream national politics, but at the same time it is not going to discount Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar still has the clout, and till date both the parties need each other, and that is why they are where they are. You see, one of the reasons why everybody knows by now why Nitish Kumar left the NDA and joined hands with the RJD in the last time, it was because BJP was trying to, some local leaders of the BJP, they were seriously trying to install their own chief minister, and if there is one thing that Nitish Kumar is very particular about, he wants to be chief minister. And why not? After all, he is the man, he is the face of Bihar, has been the face of Bihar for 20 years. So in this case, I would say Bihar is, BJP, although it can cobble up the numbers without Nitish Kumar's party to have its own chief minister, I don't think they will go that way, because if you are looking at it, also the fate of the central government is at play in this, and they don't have the numbers. I mean, they will cobble up the numbers, I am certain that way there as well, but why introduce, at a time when there's this kind of a victory they have got, this kind of a mandate they have got, why would they go for a situation where unnecessary animosity is introduced in the alliance? Because you see, otherwise it's going to be a repeat of what has happened in Maharashtra.
Yes.
Look at, that Uddhav Thackeray, he's still not back, and voters have voted for these two parties. Voters are not going to like the fact that if either Nitish Kumar is removed and the BJP tries to gobble up the space sooner or later, because it is, everyone knows this is Nitish Kumar's last election, all right, and the thing is that he cannot possibly continue any further in politics, and there are several reasons for that. So I think this is the time, this is Nitish's glory. BJP will allow him to occupy that space.
And there's also a national level mathematics that is involved. It's not as simple as the BJP saying we have 92 seats in Bihar, so we have greater seats, so we should have a chief ministerial face. That's just not how it's going to work out. Piyush Pant, your thoughts on the same legacy of Nitish Kumar? No matter which other party comes to power, Nitish Kumar finds his way to the chief ministerial seat.
Yeah, that has been true, and every time, it is Nitish Kumar who occupies the seat of chief ministership. Even when he is not very comfortable with a particular alliance, so he just switches to the other alliance and occupies the chair. So I think in a way Bihar and Nitish Kumar, they have become indispensable. So this time also the likelihood is that Nitish Kumar will be the chief minister, but since the BJP has got a very good number of seats, more than JDU, and pretty well they are they're in a position to form the government on their own also, because Chirag Paswan is there, Hum is there, and RML is there. So, but I think initially they won't like to do it, because in a way this verdict is in favor of Nitish Kumar. So, and BJP has been benefited through Nitish Kumar only, because BJP had tried to cut him down in 2020, but finally they had to agree to make him chief minister. This time also some thought was going on, but finally because BJP I think, I mean, from the last 2-3 years this thinking was going on in BJP, that this time a BJP chief minister should be there in Bihar. So they might think over this line, but not initially, I think, because they will just try to work out or try to sense whether they can break the JDU and can have a substantial number of their MLAs. Then they might think of occupying the seat of power, this chief minister's chair. But I think initially, if they go against Nitish Kumar and install their own chief minister, I think public will not take it in a good manner, and there might be some, disturbance in the state itself, and people will not like if BJP does like that. So I think initially BJP will have to agree to give the chief minister chair to Nitish Kumar, though Nitish Kumar's health is not as good as it used to be, and there were many questions raised on his health.
Yes.
Though during the last days of campaigning, he did it very well. I mean, he took a lot of round of meetings, and it was not looking as if he is very sick. But he has shown the sign of mentally at least not very healthy. So maybe that can be one thing which can weigh against him. But initially I don't think this will be the very important factor, and BJP will have to agree to make him chief minister initially. Later on they can work on the formula, or they can work out how to make their own person chief minister in Bihar, because finally their aim is that only, because they have been saying it for the last 2 to 3 years. So I think it's very clear, but initially now it's a verdict both for the JDU and the BJP. So now they will have to form a government in company with each other, and Nitish will have to be the chief minister of Bihar at the moment.
Okay, all right. So clearly, as per everyone's assessment analysis, Nitish Kumar will be the chief minister of Bihar. Bipin Sharma, I want to move away from Nitish Kumar for just a second, because there's another star performer in Bihar, which is Chirag Paswan. You know, your thoughts on what really worked in his favor. A lot of people had somewhere written him off a little bit, at least for this particular election, but they've done really well. He's correct when he says that I've somewhere managed to bring the past glory of my father back to the party, and somewhere that will boost Chirag Paswan as far as his standing at the state level is also concerned.
So, Devika, in cricket terminology, you have the man of the match, but in Bihar election results, you have a lot of man of the matches. Narendra Modi, Nitish Kumar, Chirag Paswan, and then of course the cadre. Now, Chirag Paswan, he takes a lot of pride in calling himself the Hanuman of Narendra Modi. So I think that speaks volumes about the man, his political maturity, and not to forget his bitter rivalry with Nitish Kumar, how he was fiercely opposing Nitish Kumar during the election rallies in the last elections. But then from that stage to the present day scenario, this election, it has been a wonderful comeback. Now all for in the larger interest of the NDA. So because he also duly realizes that it is very important for the entire flock to stay together firmly. because the opposition also not going to miss any opportunity if they see one. And of course, Nitish Kumar since time immemorial has been known for being a turncoat. So then, so one has to be always keep a very close guarded policy as far as Nitish Kumar is concerned. But then this is a very decisive mandate, a thumping majority for the NDA coalition. Now it all boils down to see how BJP especially performs its coalition dharma, because when you compare it with Congress, Congress is known to keep its coalition, its allies in good humor. Now here it will be very vital, because you still have 3.5 years for the NDA government. In order to ensure a smooth sailing for the NDA government at the center, it is extremely essential for the BJP to keep Nitish Kumar in good humor and to accord him the due respect which he duly deserves. And let's not forget that this election has been fought on equal footing, 101 seats both for JDU and BJP. Now at the end of the day, victory is victory. The Congress has to accept that it is a big wake-up call for them. This election result is also an endorsement on the SIR, the double engine government, because people of Bihar are wise enough to understand that if you have a double engine government, then it augurs well for them, because it ensures that there are going to be fewer hurdles in the path to development projects. So all these factors, at the end of the day, I think a day of celebration for NDA, because it's been a very, very tough election contest, in the sense that how politicians went the full throttle and they left no stone unturned in addressing their supporters during the election rallies and the issues that they were raking, the promises. Now, of course, Bihar would await the implementation and the fructification of the special package, because only then the dream of Naya Bihar will be fulfilled.
Okay, all right. I also have Nikhil Abbas of the Congress with me, and Rochika Agarwal of the BJP. Rochika Agarwal, let me bring you into the conversation here. As far as the question of the Chief Minister is concerned, what is it that you can share? Because that's been the big question that's coming our way as well since now afternoon, when the results sort of started cementing in favor of the NDA. What can you tell us as far as Nitish Kumar as to be retaining his chief ministerial seat is concerned?
Vande Mataram, my Ram Ram to everybody, and heartiest congratulations to the public of Bihar for voting the correct governance for the Shusashan and for double engine ki sarkar, where everybody is going to see the kind of vikas, the development, not only in terms of the infrastructure, but also in the terms of women's security, facilities, and the policies made for the women by the NDA government, which is BJP and the JDU. As per your question, yes, we our Honorable HM Amit Shah ji had initially announced Nitish ji as the face of the BJP, as the Chief Minister in Bihar, and obviously we are going to go ahead with him only. There is not going to be change as of now. Nitish ji is going to be the Chief Minister, since we are winning it with a huge margin, in spite of having higher number of seats. But Nitish ji, since we committed, and then we are going to continue with Nitish ji only.
Okay, all right. I want to bring in Joyita then into the conversation. Joyita, looking at the opposition as well, as far as the RJD's performance is concerned, in your assessment, what has gone wrong for the RJD? And I don't think it would be fair to pin the entire blame on the Congress, or to say that because they were a part of the Mahagathbandhan, therefore the RJD's numbers have dropped. What is, if I am today Tejashwi Yadav, what is the introspection that's happening when I look at the numbers?
Well, look at it this way. Tejashwi Yadav didn't have a safety net, and that safety net often comes in from the allies. I mean, while saying that, you know, you cannot blame it on the Congress, but and one of the reasons why is also that Tejashwi Yadav for the maximum number of seats did not give that many seats to the Congress, but the fact he was also left to do the heavy lifting himself. And this heavy lifting, when your base is all about, you are totally dependent on caste and religion, basically the MY factor, then it is very difficult to expand that base unless and until you have to show something. Basically, he did not have anything to show in terms of a proven track record, because his tenure as deputy chief minister was extremely lackluster, and he was also to become the chief minister of Bihar once again. He was making totally wild and unrealizable and unrealistic promises, which did not go down well with the voters. So, in terms of strategy, Tejashwi Yadav also went totally wrong. While it is a fact that his meetings in his areas, wherever there is a stronghold, he did generate a lot of buzz, but as soon as he left, that buzz died down. Obviously, his workers and all, they were not working on the ground. Even for that matter, perhaps Tejashwi himself, beyond big talk, perhaps he did not go in terms of the organizational work that is needed on the ground to ensure a win. So, ultimately the blame is totally Tejashwi's. He will have to accept it. If he had got maybe around 50-60 seats, then we could have blamed the Congress and said that the Congress did not give him the cushion that is needed to get to a good number of seats, but that was not the case here. The very fact that the RJD imploded in such a big way, it shows what I have been saying since morning. Parties have to realize that they cannot run on dynasty fumes. They need petrol or CNG or whatever to run their vehicles. Fumes do not run, and that is what has happened to Tejashwi.
Okay, I want to bring in Bipin Sharma in on that as well. Bipin Sharma, what Joyita has also raised the factor of the MY, the Muslim Yadav vote, which has been the core of the RJD as well as to a large extent the Congress party. But if they want to then expand away from that core base, how does one even do it? Because this election has shown that several of the Muslim dominated seats have actually voted in favor of the NDA. What do you make of that fresh trend that has come out?
So, this election results has seen the emergence of a new MY equation, Mahila Yuva. Because all these years we have been talking about Muslim Yadavs. Now, this election results have proved beyond doubt that it is the emergence of Mahila Yuva votes that have come in huge numbers to give a decisive mandate to the NDA government. Now, the Jungle Raj era, people have still not forgotten that, the kind of lawlessness that Bihar was witness to. So, all these factors in totality must have weighed on the minds of the voters, which eventually led them to repose their faith on the NDA government, and at the end of the day, they have reposed their faith on the old guard, Nitish Kumar and Narendra Modi. So, we can say in this particular round 2025, Nitish Kumar and Narendra Modi have emerged victorious, and they have trounced over Tejashwi Yadav and Rahul Gandhi. And it has also brought to fore the very important fact, which no one can now deny, no one can any longer remain in a denial mode, that there is no room for complacency, and reluctant politicians have to really revise their strategy, have to rethink, because let us not forget that BJP is in election mode 24/7, 365 days a year. So, that augurs well. There is no harm in being in election mode. If you are really bothered about your voters, and if you are there on ground zero to ensure that you are there to address each and every issue that the voter wants you to.
Okay. Piyush Pant, your thoughts on the same. If you were to analyze what's gone wrong for the opposition at this point in time? What is the introspection that you think is happening within the Mahagathbandhan?
I think it lacked the coordination which was required. Whether it was regarding seat sharing or having a joint campaign together, declaring their candidates, all these things were lacking, and this coordination was utterly lacking, I think. And moreover, this is also true that both the Congress and RJD didn't work on their organization at the grassroots level. This is true. So though they had raised the most important issues which are very important for Bihar and for the people of the Bihar, but it could not percolate down to the masses because they don't work on the strengthening of their organizations at the grassroots level. Whereas the BJP keeps on working on these things right from years back, you know, because BJP had started working on this election from the year 2020. So now you will have to strengthen your organization, because whatever agenda you give to the people, it has to be reached to the people. You have to start a dialogue with the people. You have to explain them what is your vision. So I think they lagged, both the parties lagged in that, and also campaigning was not very fierce. The alliance didn't gel well in many respects. Even the partners which were added to it, about VIP and IP Gupta, so they had some differences with the RJD as far as seat sharing was concerned. Even VIP Mukesh Sahni took so much negotiation time that very precious time was lost in starting the campaign. So I think these things are very vital for this. Moreover, I think the people of Bihar also, they were very happy to have something that they are getting into their kitty. So they were getting, because Bihar is a very dire state as far as economy is concerned, as far as employment is concerned, development is concerned, because you know in last from 2022 to 2024, at least 10 lakh government schools have been closed down. So the education and the health sector is in very poor shape. So, but still people want, if they get something, so they are happy to take it, and they vote accordingly. I think there were so many factors, there were so many players, and people wanted that they should go with them who can deliver to them. That was the main thing.
All right. On that note, viewers, we're now going to give you a full summary, a full breakdown of all the numbers that we have so far, and then I'll quickly bring in our analysts once again. But let's put this out for our viewers on our screens. What does Bihar look like today? We're talking about Bihar elections 2025. Remember, the total seats are 243. The halfway mark stands at 122. This result is as of 5:30 p.m. So as latest as we can be with this, BJP at 92 seats. The JDU behind them at 83 seats. The RJD at 26. The LJP at 19. HAM at 5. RLM at 4. And the INC at 5. The map of Bihar looks like what the left sides of your screens looking like right now, mostly saffron and green. Vote share for Bihar elections 2025 stands at 20.52% for the BJP. Behind them in vote share is the RJD at 22.81%. The JDU comes third for vote share at 18.98%. The Congress at 8.75% and the LJP at 5.03%. Very interesting numbers when you look at the vote share and then you quickly compare it to how it's really folding out as far as the numbers are concerned. So the BJP with 92 seats at a vote share of 20.52%. With a greater vote share at 22.81%, the RJD viewers at 26 seats. The JDU with 18.98% vote share at 83 seats. The Congress with an 8%, almost 9% vote share at 5 seats, struggling with 5 seats. The LJP at a lesser vote share than the Congress at 5% with greater seats of 19. Now I'll move on to the seat share comparison, because this is ultimately how the parties will be judging themselves as well. The BJP in 2020 had 74 seats, this time 95, gained 21. JDU had 43 seats, today at 82, they've gained 39 seats. They've, in fact, in terms of gaining seats, done better than the BJP. RJD was at 75 seats in 2020. They are today at 25. So they have lost 49 seats. The LJP had 1 seat in 2020. Remember, this is why Chirag Paswan is really happy today. He had 1 seat. He's brought that to 19. He's gained 18 seats. HAM was at 4. They've in fact gained 1 seat. The RLM was had nil. This time around they have 4, so they've in fact gained 4 seats. We'll correct that. The INC was at 19 seats. So the Indian Congress, National Congress had 19 seats. Right now they're switching between 3 to 5. In fact, the current numbers are at 6, so they are down as well. If you're looking at the vote share comparison, the BJP was at 19.46% vote share in 2020. They've made a gain of 1.3%. JDU had 15.39% in 2020, right now at 18.9%. So they're at a gain of 3.5%. RJD was at 23.11%. They've lost the vote share by 0.4%. The LJP has maintained its vote share, and the Congress party has lost their vote share by 1% at 5:30 p.m. We now also once again, of course, this is just to give you a perspective of how Bihar had voted in 2020. What did the map of Bihar look like in 2020 and how they voted in 2025? So you can see that mostly the BJP gaining somewhere towards down south as well. Some of the seats towards the southwest is where the BJP seems to have gained some of its own seats as well. Let me now quickly show you the voter turnout comparison. The total stands at 66.91% for 2025. Remember, the voter turnout increased this year. So 2020 was 57.29%, 2025 at 66.91%. The female voter turnout is where it has gotten very interesting in Bihar. In 2020, it stood at 59.69%, 60%, and this time 10% more, 71.6%. As far as men are concerned, 54% voter turnout in 2020. Once again there 62.8% voter turnout this time as well. Very interesting, almost a 9% difference. But let's now quickly look at BJP's footprint in India. This is what the BJP is also concerned with at this point in time. I'm sure this is what they're looking at. In 2013, in power in 4 of the states. In 2025, we see that, of course, Bihar now added to the BJP's kitty. But as far as the BJP is concerned, they are in power in Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Delhi, UP, Sikkim, Chhattisgarh, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Puducherry, Goa and Gujarat. So they have improved their footprint since 2013, the BJP alone. And let's look at the NDA's footprint in India as well. We're looking at, of course, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Bihar, as I've just mentioned, Meghalaya, Tripura, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. So those were some of the crucial big numbers that we're looking at. But let me stick to this. Joyita, I want to quickly bring you in as far as the women voter is concerned. Is that the big game changer in Indian politics now?
Well, I would not say now. This has been going on for some time, because if you look at Nitish Kumar's track record, what has happened is, you see, women have been consistently voting for him. That prohibition that he started a few decades, I mean few years back obviously, during his first or second tenure, that really helped him to come back to power. And you see, Nitish, one of the reasons why he is called Sushashan Babu is because he was able to a large extent, get rid of what was Lalu Yadav's Jungle Raj. So, and when it comes to Jungle Raj, it is not just, it's the women who have been among the biggest sufferers. And if you listen to the sound bites coming in during the campaign trail, everywhere all the women of Bihar were primarily saying that, you know, it is not just about money, that is what everybody is talking about, you know, Labharthi, but it is not just more than Labharthi, it is about personal security. And according to the women of Bihar, whatever short stint the RJD has been in power, particularly when Nitish Kumar was CM and Tejashwi was deputy CM, women's security has been compromised in the biggest way. So, you see, so that is one huge block that Nitish Kumar has been able to carry with him, and even in this election. Of course, that rupees 10,000 really helped. Of course, when you are looking at Maharashtra, when you look at UP, everywhere, look at Bengal for Mamata Banerjee, everywhere women are emerging as a separate voting bloc, where they may or may not vote according to what their husbands or their families may want them to be. So, this is definitely, they will go for their own interest, they will look for what they need. This has happened even in Madhya Pradesh. In the Madhya Pradesh election also, we saw that same thing. Women were coming out and they were raising themselves. They were not talking about caste. They were talking about safety, security, they were talking about prosperity. So, you see, and those Ladli Behna Yojana and all, there are so many Yojanas all these governments have. We saw it in Jharkhand in such a big way. So women as a separate voting bloc, 50% of the population, any leader, any party that can carry this bloc with them, I think that person is going to sweep that election, and this is what is happening in Bihar.
Okay, on that note, that's all the time that I have. I thank all of our guests for joining us. We're stepping into a very quick 30-second break. My colleague Uday Pratap Singh joins us on the other side. Stay tuned.
Once an electricity